Hello friends, welcome to Database Academy. In today's session, we are going to learn the basic of SQL. In today's session, we are going to cover these topics. What is SQL? What are the different type of SQL types? How the internally SQL works, and there are how many tools that we can use to connect SQL. Okay, so the first topic is what is SQL. So SQL stands for a structured query language. We can say that a query language that is used to work with a relational database. So we have many databases like relational database, no SQL database, document based databases. These many types of databases we have, which we will learn in upcoming videos. Second topic is the most common used commands on a database are create, update, delete, select, drop, insert. So these are the common commands which we are going to use on daily basis on the database sites. And the third is the database is required to store the large volume of data being produced on daily basis. So like we use Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Instagram, any other platform. So all the platforms needs a database to store their records. Next is what are the different types of SQL. We will learn one by one all these types. So let's start with what is DDL. DDL is used to define the structure of or schema of the database. So let's say we have a database and we are going to define the objects. Objects in the sense like table, procedures, functions. So all these kinds of objects we need to define. Okay. To create all those objects, we need a DDL commands. So these are the basic commands which we use to create the tables or any objects in the database. So let's say we will use a create command to create a database object. So we will use here create command. Okay, so these are the create command which we will use to create the table. So here we are going to use this create table and table name. So this is very simple create command and the table name. This is the object, which type of object we are. So here we are creating table. So that's how we put here table. So create table and this is the EMP is the table name. So that can be anything. Next is this EMP number. These EMP number, EMP name, jobs, MGR, hire date. So these are the different columns of the table. And the second part is these are the data types of this column. So let's say EMP number. So this is going to store only numeric data 1, 2, 3. No characters are allowed. So if we try to insert any characters or A, B, C or anything, then it will throw error. So that's why we define the columns and the data types of the tables. So create table, table name. So let's create a table here. Let's execute table EMP created. So how do we know our table is created? Let's use select star from EMP. So currently we don't have any records because we haven't insert anything. So let's say we will insert some records in this table. Okay, so here all these jobs, it should be job only. Let's execute these commands and one row got inserted. Let's insert new EMP number, that is 1. Executed, we have inserted 2 records. Let's commit this one. Select star from EMP. Now we will get 2 records here. So the first command create, that's how we know the create command. Let's understand the alter command. So alter command is what? So let's say we have a table and we want to modify the existing column name or the data type, anything. We can do that with the alter command. So here I'm going to use change the data type size. So here you can see that jobs has the varchar 2 with 9 bytes. So we will go to modify these jobs varchar 10 bytes. So if we describe this table, we have a job. The current varchar 9, okay, size is 9, varchar 2. Now we will alter this table. Well, let's execute. The table employees altered. Okay. Now if we describe this in EMP, so now jobs has a data type varchar 2, the size is 10. Earlier it was 9. Okay. So that's how alter command works. The third command is rename. So let's say I want to rename this column, or any, you can alter the rename this column. We can use the rename to change the table name as well. So here we are going to change the name of column. So earlier it was job, we are going to modify with jobs. Okay, so the syntax is alter table employee, the table name, rename column, and the old column name to jobs, the new one. We'll execute table emp alter. So if we describe now, we will see the job column becomes jobs, right? So earlier it was job, now it becomes jobs. So that's how the rename command works. Now we have a truncate command. So let's say we have inserted some dummies records in the table and we want to delete all the records from that table. So we have delete statement as well, but that is under DML, which we will learn in next section. So truncate table. So let's truncate this table to remove all the records from this table. Okay, let's execute the command. Table emp truncated. So now if we execute the select statement, we will get nothing because we have truncate the table and all the records will be deleted from the table. Now next command is drop. So let's say I want to drop that table itself from the objects and it should not exist in the database. So we will use drop table and the table name. So let's execute this command, table emp dropped. Now if we use select statement, we will get a error, table or view does not exist. Okay, so that's how TDL works. Next section we will learn about the DML. DML is used to manage data contained in the schema objects. Some of the DML commands are below: insert, update, delete, and the merge. So any DML operation that we are going to perform on EMP, so these are the mostly used commands for DML. So let's create one more time because we have dropped that table in the earlier section. So the first command is insert. So let's say we have a table EMP. Now currently we don't have any records. So this is how we can insert the new record in the EMP table. So insert into the table name and the column name. All the columns name you have to mention this. Okay, and then values. Values will be EMP name will be 1, E name will be Smith, jobs will be clerk, MGR will be this ID, hiring date, salary, commission, department. So everything we have mentioned here in the insert statement. Now we will execute. You can see one row inserted. We can insert the record in another way as well without mentioning the column name. Okay. Now if we execute, here we are going to date format. Okay. We will change this as an sys date. Now we'll execute this command. Okay, we got one row inserted. So if we execute this command, there are two records are available. So what is the difference? Here we have mentioned the column name, but here we haven't mentioned the column name. Okay, so without column name also we can insert, but only thing is here we can say that we can keep these mandatory columns only, but here we need to mention the all the columns name. Now we will learn the DML. DML is stands for data manipulating language. So here these are the basic command which are used in DML statement. So insert, update, delete, merge. These are the commands which we are going to use. So let's say I have a table EMP and we are going to insert some records. So let's truncate the table so that it will delete all the records. Okay, now I'm going to insert a record in EMP table. So let's execute this insert statement, one row inserted. There are the other way also to insert new record, like insert into EMP without column name also we can insert the record. Let's execute. This is also got to insert it. So what is the difference? Here we have mentioned the column name, but here we haven't mentioned. So what is the difference? Here you need to mention the all columns name. You need to provide the values for all the columns. But here if we mention like EMP name, EMP, and we delete all those things, let's delete and keep it as in 3, even though this will be inserted. See, but if we try to insert without any, let's delete the last column. If we try to insert, it will throw error because not enough values. So if you want to use without column name, you need to mention the values for all the columns. Okay, next is update statement. So if you want to update the existing record, so let's execute this command. So we don't have any, so the last EMP number 3, we don't have the jobs. Okay, so let's set the jobs for the third EMP number third job equal to, let's say, HR. We can keep it as an HR. Let's update. So if we want to modify the existing record, for that purpose we use update statement. So now you can see that it becomes HR. Earlier it was null. So delete is used to delete all or limited record in the database table. Okay, so let's say I want to delete this record only. Okay, so what we can use, we need to use delete from EMP table, where this is EMP number, the column name, and we need to mention the EMP number. So what will happen after execution of this command? The last record, EMP number 3, will be deleted from the table. One row deleted. Now if we execute, so we have only 2 records. Okay, so that's how delete works. If we don't mention any where condition, if we delete from EMP, it will delete all the records. Okay, the same thing was doing truncate also, right? If you see, where is the, okay, so this was the truncate statement, which this was also deleting all the records from the table. So the basic difference is, let's see, if we select a statement, we don't have. Okay, if I roll back this transaction and if I execute this select statement again, I got all the records back. because we have used this delete statement. Okay, delete statement required commit. If we don't commit the transactions, the record will be there for a specific session only. Okay, so if we deleting after deleting the records or the all table from the EMP, if we commit, then only it will be permanent save into the database. But here, if we execute this truncate command, truncate doesn't need any commit or rollback. It automatically commit the transaction, whatever you have done. That's why it is under DDL statement and this is under DML. So we have executed this truncate table. Okay, now if I execute this select star from EMP, even though if I try to roll back, the records will not be exist. Okay, so that's the main difference between truncate and delete statement. Now next is merge statement. Merge used to merge two or more tables or rows. So let's say I have one more table. We have employee one and we have one more table bonus. And based on the employee name, what I'm going to do, I'm going to update the jobs. If it is not available in the table itself, like in the employee table, it will insert. Okay, if it has, let's change to state. Okay, so if we found the record which is there in the bonus, then it will update. In case if it doesn't exist in the employee and employee table, then it will insert. So that's how it is going to work. What we can do here is bonus. Bonus is we can mention either the table name itself, or if we want to get the specific column, that also we can do. Select instead of bonus, and this is why is alias. Instead of directly getting the all columns, we will mention the specific column like select TMP salary jobs from bonus. Okay, so that's how the merge statement will work. So that now next we will learn about the what is DQL. So DQL is a data query language. It is used to retrieve the data from the data stored in the database. So whatever we are inserting in the table and we want to fetch all those records that we get from the select star from employee or the table name. Okay, so that is DQL to get the record from the tables. Now next is what is TCL. TCL stands for Transactional Control Language. So these are the commands that are going to use to handle transactional in the database. So let's say we have, so these are the commands which are used for TCL type. So commit and rollback, and there are one more save point. So commit is when we use commit, used to permanently save any transaction into the database. Rollback is used to restore the database to the last committed state. Okay, and it also used to with save point command to move over to any save state in the transactions. Save points, it is used to temporarily store a transactional so that we can move to the point we need whenever desired. Okay, so we will learn one by one. So hope you remember while executing, when I was executing this command, okay, I was, okay, the date one, okay, we'll change. When I was executing this command, I was using this commit statement, okay, and this is rollback. So what is this commit statement? So we have, let's say, We'll see, do we have any records in this table? No, we don't have any records. Okay, so let's try to add some records in this table. This is C state. Okay, so if I'm going to insert record, one row inserted. So let's say if I open another session and if I execute select star from EMP, I will not get any records because this is specific to this session only until I don't use commit statement. Okay, once I execute this commit statement, then these records will be available to all the sessions and the record got saved in the database permanently. Okay, so that is called commit statement. Now we will learn the rollback statement. Let's try to insert one more record. Here I will press enter employee name as in 2. One row got inserted. Okay, if I execute this command, select star from EMP, I will get 2 records. Okay, now if I don't use commit statement, I will press rollback. Now if I execute this command, only one record is available. So what it has done, it rolled back to the existing state of the table. Okay, so last command is save point. So here I have added a primary key on the ename column. So it will not allow to store the same name in the ename column. Okay, so I have wrote one PLSQL block in this one for the first statement. I'm going to insert into the EMP table the third record with the mark. The EMP name is mark, the EMP number is 3. Okay, then I have added save point. So save point for duplicate found. So in case is there any duplicate found, then it will raise an exception and roll back to duplicate. So before this one, it will get inserted. Now after that save point, I have trying to update a ename for e number 2. So currently ename have John, which I am going to change to Smith. Okay, so let's execute this command. PLSQL procedure successfully completed. Now if I execute this command, select star from EMP, we can see even though it was trying to ename trying to set the Smith for employee number 2, which is not happened. Okay, because already primary key was there. Okay, but before save point, the new record got inserted. So this is because of save point we have added here. So any statement, TML statement which we have added before this, it will get executed and it will insert, update the record into the table. But after that it will not do anything and it will roll back to your previous state of the table. Okay, so that's how the save point works. Next type is what is DCL. So DCL is also known as data control language, which include commands such as grant and mostly concerned with rights, permission and other control of the database system. While using DCL commands, we need to be very cautious because some database don't allow you to roll back the command which you have executed. Because in Oracle database, if you execute, like if you have provided the grants, execute the command, then you don't have any rollback or commit statement to be executed. It automatically commit your DCL statement. Okay, so grant is like allowing user to access privilege to the database or database object. Revoke withdraw user access privilege given by the using the grant option. So whatever grants we have given in earlier, we can revoke that one. Let's understand the grants. So grants is used to grant privilege on table, view, procedures and other user or roles. So let's understand. Suppose you own employee, you have your own employee table. Now you want to grant, select, update, insert privilege to this table to other user Sam. So let's say I have one more user Sam, and I want to give permission for the on the employee table so that he can also use this DML operation, select, update, insert. So the command statement is grant, select, update, insert on EMP. EMP is the table name to Sam. Now after executing this command, Sam can also select the table from the EMP. He can update, he can insert, but he cannot delete because I haven't given any delete grants to Sam. Now suppose let's say whatever permission I have, it should transfer to Sam. So what we can use? We can simply use grant all on EMP to Sam. It will get all permission like alter, delete, modify, select, everything. He got the same thing which I have. Now suppose you want to grant select privilege to on EMP to all other user of the database. Then what we will use grant select on EMP to public. So any new user automatically he will get access to employee with select grant. Okay. Now let's say suppose you want to grant update and insert privilege on only certain column, not all the column. So we will use grant update ename. Ename is the column name. Insert EMP number ename on EMP to Sam. Now he can only update one single column and he can insert for two columns only. Third is let's say understand to grant select statement on EMP table to Sam, and to make Sam be able further pass on privilege you have to give with grant option. Clause is grant statement like this. So let's say I have a rights to provide the grants to some other user. Now I want to make Sam same thing, that he can also provide the grant privilege to other users. What we can use grant select on EMP to Sam with grant option. After executing, now Sam can also provide the grant option to other user. Okay. Let's understand the revoke. Revoke is used to revoke your privileges already granted to other user. So in earlier previous slide we have understand the grant. Now in this section we will use if we want to revoke that grant. How can we do that? Example: revoke select update insert privilege you have granted to Sam, then given the following statement. So what we can do in the earlier slide we have given the select update insert permission to the Sam. Now I want to revoke. So we will write a statement like revoke select update insert on EMP from Sam. So now Sam don't have the access of EMP. If he use select star from EMP, he will get a error. He don't have a permission. Now I want to revoke the select statement from all the users. So we can use revoke select on EMP from public. Now this EMP will not be available to any other user. Now I want to revoke the privilege on ename column and insert privilege on ename or enumber and ename column given the following revoke statement. We will use revoke update insert on EMP from Sam. So it will what it will do, revoke update and insert on employee table from the Sam. Now Sam cannot update or insert any record in the EMP table. In this slide we will learn information about the privilege. So if we want to know the what privilege have we given to which user, then we can use this SQL statement. Okay, select star from user tab privilege made. So to see which table privileges are granted by you to other user. This is the second one, to see which table privileges are granted to you by other users. So select star from user tab privilege received RECD. To see which column level privileges are granted by you to other users, you can use select star from user column privilege made. To see which column level privileges are granted to you by other user, select star from user column privilege received. To see which privileges are granted to roles, we can use select star from user role privilege. These are the main important tables to know about the privileges. In this slide, we will learn the how SQL internally works. So when we fire any select statement, let's execute this. So if we execute this statement, select star from employee, internally how Oracle manage their select statement, what are the different steps that he follow. So the first thing is in syntax check. So I'm using select star from, instead of from I said I am going to use for. If I try to execute, I will get a error. Syntax check. From keyword is not found. So syntax, it will check. It should be select star from the table name. Then only it will execute. Privilege check. So if I don't have access to EMP, I cannot use the select star. We have learned these things in the previous slide. Then it comes to the private SQL area. Okay, so in the private SQL area, it will validate all those things which is already done, the syntax and the privilege you have. It comes to it create a private SQL area. Then it in this area it will check whether this SQL statement which you have executed, it's already available, or available in the sense you are executing first time, or it's already executed. So there is soft parse and hard parse. So let's say I'm executing this statement first time. So this is my, let's say I'm executing this first time. So this will known as hard parse. So it will allocate some share SQL area, then it will execute the statement. Second time, if I execute the same statement, then it will check in this shared SQL area only itself. It will find the existing, this is the same SQL statement which was fired earlier, then this entire section will not be executed, and it will comes here, yes, soft parse. So it will not be available in the shared SQL area. It will directly execute this statement and you will get the select statement. So if you have a huge amount of records in the table, so first time maybe it will take some, let's say 10 seconds to execute. Okay, if we execute the same thing, same select statement, it will be it will return the record before 10 seconds. So it will be maybe 6 seconds, 7 seconds, because it will not allocate any SQL area, shared SQL area. Okay, so this is how the SQL parsing happened in the database side. Now we will learn the how can we connect the Oracle SQL tool using. So these are the tools provided by Oracle to connect your database. So this is user, he can use the SQL developer, he can use the Toad, he can use SQL Plus also. So there are different tools that user can use to connect their database. So this is the end of session. If you have any question to be asked, you can write in the comment section and I will reply on that. Thank you for watching my channel, And if you learned something, then please subscribe my channel to get notification for my all the upcoming videos. Thank you.